Hey there, science geeks! It's your old pal, Science Greed. I'm thrilled to have you join me today, and let me tell you, I've got a real hunger for knowledge, especially when it comes to inventions that change the world. We're going to explore some truly amazing stories and uncover secrets you never knew. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of a tool you probably use every day, the mighty pen. This simple, yet powerful instrument has a rich history that spans thousands of years. From ancient reeds to high-tech wonders, the pen's journey is full of surprises. We'll see how it evolved from primitive tools to the sophisticated writing instruments we use today. So grab your notebooks, sharpen your minds, and get ready for a wild ride through time. We're about to embark on an incredible adventure that will change the way you see this everyday object.
Welcome to Science Greed, where curiosity fuels learning. Our mission is to make science fun and accessible for everyone. Today, we'll uncover the fascinating history and mind-blowing facts about one of the greatest inventions ever, the pen. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss a single moment of this exciting journey.
Can you imagine a world without pens? It seems almost impossible, right? Pens are such an integral part of our daily lives. I mean, how would we take notes during important meetings, doodle masterpieces in our free time, or even sign our names on crucial documents? But believe it or not, for a long time, pens didn't even exist. People had to get really creative with their writing tools. Way back in the Stone Age, our ancestors used what they had on hand to leave their mark. They were resourceful and innovative. We're talking sharp rocks to scratch symbols into cave walls, creating some of the earliest forms of communication, and sticks to draw in the dirt, which was a simple yet effective way to convey messages or tell stories.
And get this, in ancient Mesopotamia, around 3000 BCE, they used a pretty ingenious tool called a stylus. This was a major leap forward in writing technology. This stylus was a small wedge-shaped tool, often made of reed or bone, that they pressed into wet clay tablets. It allowed for more detailed and permanent records.
Fast forward a few thousand years to ancient Egypt, and things start to look a little more familiar. The Egyptians were crazy innovative, and they figured out that a certain type of reed, growing plentifully along the Nile River, made for a fantastic writing tool. They'd carefully cut and shape these reeds into what we now call reed pens.
These reed pens were dipped in ink, often made from soot or other natural pigments, and voila, they could write on papyrus.
For over 1,000 years, from the Middle Ages to the 19th century, the quill pen ruled the writing world. These writing implements were made from, get this, bird feathers. And not just any feathers, mind you. Goose feathers were the favorites, prized for their strength and flexibility.
Making a quill pen was an art form in itself. First you had to find the perfect feather, then carefully cure and harden it. It was delicate work, but a well-made quill pen could produce beautiful flowing script.
Chapter 4, The Fountain Pen Arrives, a Reservoir of Change. Talk about interrupting your train of thought.
Now, quill pens were great and all, but they had one major drawback. You constantly had to dip them in ink.
But then, in 1827, a brilliant inventor named Petrarch Poinaru patented the first fountain pen.
This ingenious invention had a built-in reservoir for ink, meaning you could write for much longer without stopping.
Chapter 5, The ballpoint pen takes over, a smudge-free revolution.
Okay, picture this. It's the 1930s, a time when the world was bustling with innovation and change, and a Hungarian journalist named Laszlo Biro is fed up with leaky fountain pens ruining his work. Every time he tried to write, the ink would smudge, causing endless frustration.
Well, Biro decided to do something about it. He was determined to find a solution to this persistent problem. He noticed that the quick-drying ink used in newspaper printing rarely smudged, which sparked an idea in his mind. So he teamed up with his brother Georgi, a chemist, to create a pen that could use this type of ink. They spent countless hours in their lab experimenting and refining their invention.
Their invention? The ballpoint pen? It was a game-changer in the world of writing instruments. Instead of a nib, the ballpoint pen used a tiny rotating ball bearing to distribute ink evenly as you wrote. This ingenious mechanism ensured a smooth, smudge-free writing experience.
Chapter 6, Pens in Space Writing Among the Stars.
Have you ever wondered how astronauts write in space? I mean, with zero gravity, regular pens just wouldn't cut it.
Well, leave it to NASA to figure out a solution. In the 1960s, during the race to the moon, the Fisher Pen Company developed what we now know as the Space Pen.
This technological marvel uses a pressurized ink cartridge that forces the ink towards the ballpoint, allowing it to write in zero gravity upside down underwater and even in extreme temperatures.
Chapter 7. The million-dollar pen writing in luxury.
We've talked about ancient pens and space pens, but now let's talk about a pen fit for royalty, or at least someone with really deep pockets.
Introducing the Fulgor Nocturnus, the world's most expensive pen.
This luxurious writing instrument, crafted by the Italian pen maker Tibaldi, is valued at a whopping $8 million.
Here's a fact that might make you think twice before tossing out that old pen. Over 100 million pens are thrown away every single day around the world.
That's a lot of pens ending up in landfills.
The problem is that most pens are made from plastic, a material that takes hundreds of years to decompose.
Look for pens made from recycled materials or consider using refillable pens.
From the world's most expensive pen to the world's smallest pen, get this. The smallest pen in the world is less than 5 millimeters long.
That's about the size of a grain of rice.
This incredible feat of miniaturization was created by a microengraver using a focused ion beam, which is like a super precise laser beam.
And yes, this tiny pen actually writes.
Ever wonder how far you could write with a single pen before it ran out of ink? Well, get ready to have your mind blown.
A standard ballpoint pen can write for an incredible 2 to 3 kilometers before running dry.
That's like writing from one end of a city to another.
Just imagine all the stories, notes, and doodles you could create with a single pen.
Wow, from ancient reed pens to diamond-encrusted writing instruments, the pen has certainly come a long way. It's amazing to think that this simple tool has played such a pivotal role in human history, communication, and creativity. So, the next time you pick up a pen, take a moment to appreciate its incredible journey through time. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Science Greed, and ring the notification bell for more videos that make learning fun. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.